Hoobity hoo and how do you do? You're watching Camie Cam Comics.
I almost got robbed multiple times. So been a pretty crazy week. I figure in taking a break from reviews and just say, hey, this is the diary of a comic book creator. I'm doing a video diary on one app. So I'm like, oh, let's bring a little more in-depth or full version here. So I almost was robbed by Kickstarter because someone decided to not only offer me resources in marketing, but they also added in all of the bells and whistles to make themselves look legit. So number one, they had the Kickstarter header image. They were titled from Kickstarter support. They had working links in their email. They had the frame of their marketing professional they wanted me to use, some random guy at a anime convention or comic book convention. And it was like, oh man, we really trust this guy. And we would have you be one of our, what's the promo they use? Projects that you should know about. Like, hey, you're qualified, but you're just missing a few things. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this legit? So I'm like checking, I checked the links. Are the links for real? They even had the address at the bottom. Now, I don't know Kickstarter's physical actual address, but I mean, most formal emails, they got the address. They've got their headquarters, their HQ down at the bottom. Little, rights reserved, unsubscribe. All of this stuff was there. But something didn't smell right. Number one, the photo. That individual, now that I think about it, like, didn't I see this photo before and another person tried to scam? And yes, I did. Y'all could have been a little more creative and used a different photo or maybe a professional headshot or something. But I don't even understand that. Then number two, check your email address. Companies will not mail you from a Gmail account. They don't do that. They have their own domain. I am a former front-end web developer, so I know all about building websites and hosting websites and all the ins and outs, and that's a story for another time. But yeah, so checking that email was like, wow, they almost got me. Because outside of all the other scammers, they look real fishy, real suspicious. There was the one that was like, hey, we had some banking issues with your Kickstarter campaign. And then right at the top of the email was like, Kickstarter will never send you a message about your finances. And they said it twice. And I already reported them once, so how you send a message again? But anyways, they're reported, no more of them. I think that's one of the most frustrating things about Kickstarter is that as you go through the process of trying to have your book or whatever you're hosting, your campaign funded, so many, nobody, I felt maybe I should have asked. I think that's where you gotta ask the question. Does Kickstarter have scammers? Yes, they do. And it's a lot of them. And if you cannot handle the mental caught-upness of it, yeah, it's gonna be hard. Because even with my guided journal, insert photo here, it also received hey, well, we can offer you marketing services for money. And I almost did it. Because I'm like, oh, it'll help and it'll make me money. And you know what who didn't do it? Me. I didn't do it. And I'm avoiding, I don't like their business practices. You got a campaign? Oh, if you contact me and I contact you, now we're in a contract and you're gonna send me money and I'm gonna help your project shine bright and get all the money, but first pay me mine. No, I have so many scammer stories and I'm just not doing it. I'm not. And I think my resolution is that if Kickstarter for Pug and Cat Volume 1 does not become successful, cheers, then we'll move on. I'm still actively working on the webcomic for Pug and Cat, and I don't have to have Kickstarter to make the book happen. I have the resources to have the book printed. I have the resources to host a website. I have a Ko-fi shop that I'm actively selling some things on, and that is a side project that I have to work on, which is having my other books listed on Ko-fi as well. So hey, I would like to buy a book from you. Et voila. You know, and just utilizing print-on-demand services and having a stock of those books. So yeah, so that's really, really exciting. And I'm glad to be like on a different side of clarity as far as like, I almost got tricked by Kickstarter, by a fake Kickstarter company. So check those emails, kids. Part 2, how I almost got robbed a second time. So you, if you're watching this, are a comic book creator, or you're a fan of comic book creators, or maybe one day you want to write a book, or you've written a book. Where do you sell your book? Well, there's a little website called KDP, and they offer print-on-demand services, and all you have to do is create an account. You can use your current Amazon account if you so choose, and if you you know, you set up the account with them, you list your book, you go through all their formatting, their page, check your margin, and that's a whole lengthy process of making sure that the book is stacked and fit and squished into the box they want to mash it into. And once you do that, now your book is listed. Well, did you read that fine print? Did you? Did you? Yes, so I think I'm gonna insert like an image of intermission right here, because I think that'll be cool, because I'm a mom and sometimes the videos get interrupted. Allergies. I'm allergic to dust, and like I feel like my sinuses are either swelling or it's mucus. So if I say allergies, can't really breathe. Okay. The second time was when my book, I didn't read the fine print. I did not know that Amazon has the authority, because they will provide you with the resources, the ISBN, their printing services. They can sell your book through third-party companies. So my book is for sale through a third-party seller on 2 eBay platforms. My book is available through a third-party seller on Thrift Books, the website. So that is quite exhilarating to discover that. How did I obtain this information? I went through the forums, and I got really, caught up, because I went through the process of copywriting my book. Yes, my book, Snack Time the Picnic, is registered with the Library of Congress. So I thought, I'm gonna have to go to court. I'm gonna have to hire a lawyer. Yeah. And honestly, that's not what happened. After reading the fine print, by using KDP services, they are entitled to sell my book, which also means that they can sell the book through a third-party seller, but at the end of the day, I'm still making my royalty. So let's say you go to eBay and you buy Snack Time the Picnic, I'm still gonna get my royalties from the book, which honestly are astronomically high, because a minute ago, KDP, they jacked up their percentages of how much authors make. So if you really want Snack Time the Picnic, you should go to my personal website, Ko-fi/Camie Cam Comics, and get it there for a lower price, because you're gonna have to pay my compensation fees from Amazon, which at the time, which is great, because we didn't know better about making books. It was the first book. I'd been wanting to make a book for a long time, but I was nervous, and I was like, do I have enough material? And then I was like, okay, I can't do it. And I'm like, yes, I can do it. So it was a lot of wishy-washy, but that is another story for another time. Again, they have the right to have your book listed on third-party sellers, and those third-party sellers are going to pay your royalty fee or whatever it costs to have Amazon print the book for them, and then you can get it from there. Now, one thing I found interesting though was, because I got all the way on this tangent by Googling my name, because that's another project that I'm working on. I'll just give you the details. I'm taking, it's like about 50 to 52 questions where I'm answering them about myself, and I'm turning them into comics, and it will be a comic of Cameron, or the comic of Camie, and just all like the different things. It's gonna be really exciting to do, kind of like an in-between the comic books and everything else I'm doing, just kind of something of like helping me stay creative but not fully committed in. I was given the idea by my awesome dad, and he was like, hey, when are you gonna tell your story? And I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. And I found a list of prompts, and so that will eventually become the story of Cameron. So I'm really excited about that, and it'll be exciting to share that with you guys at another time. And maybe it'll be an actual book that you can read, or a webcomic, or I'll just have it as a blog post on my Substack. See how I'm like self-sponsoring me? I'm dropping down all of my stuff. So Substack, Ko-fi, Substack, Ko-fi. Okay, that's that's all I have. But yes, because you can go to Substack and read the full indie comic book reviews and learn a thing or two about making comics. And now you have Diary of a Comics Book Writer, where I'm doing long form chats instead of just something quick, short, sweet. So that's really nice. And then I have walkies and talkies on TikTok, which is a completely different Camie Cam thing. Did you like the new branding? I recently did like new images, new profile picture, insert here, new intro, which you saw at the beginning, and the header images reflecting. I'm doing like all brand colors, trying to do yellow, bright, and vibrant, even though I am a very monochromatic wardrobe. But I just need my colorful personality to outshine my clothes, and I think it's working for me. Yeah, so that's I got that going for me. Pretty nice. So I can't believe it. I did. I felt like I almost got robbed, and I felt like I got robbed because I was my husband. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, and he was like, you know, can we focus? Because I was just hyper focused on like, somebody stole my book. Somebody has my book. And he's like, no, I don't think it went that way. And I'm like, somebody stole it. And then when I showed him the stuff, I'm like, because it's definitely, like, I have the letter from the Library of Congress saying that Snack Time the Picnic is there. And I'm trying to search through the Library of Congress and I can't find it. So I'm like, that's not supporting. But I have the paper. I have the paperwork. I have the documentation saying that Snack Time the comic book is mine. So let me tell you this about copywriting your book. Number one, as soon as it exists in any type of tangible format, it is copyrighted. It belongs to you. So when you write it down on the back of that Chick-fil-A receipt, because you're not doing the survey at the end, oh, this is going to be a funny story one day. Save that, because that is proof that it exists. If you ever saw the movie The Glass Onion, that's what the whole movie is about. Sorry, spoiler alert. We're in a Glass Onion situation, okay? Because the guy, he creates an app. And in him doing so, he stole the idea from his friend, but his friend actually had the idea first, and they wrote it on a napkin, and they had the napkin in an envelope, and like, I got you. And so that ended up them needing it. So yeah, we're in a Glass Onion situation. Write down your stuff. You own it, you copyright it, but you want the added protection of going through the copyright process in America through the Library of Congress. It cost me at the time when I did it, was that 2 years ago? 3 years? I think it was 2023. Snack Time. I was about to say Pug and Cat. Hey, Pug and Cat is live on Kickstarter. See that? Another free sponsorship from me. 2023, I went to the Library of Congress, registered my book, uploaded my files and stuff. And that's a whole nother story for another time of what that's like. And I'm gonna do it again, because when you are a registered work through the Library of Congress, you have the legal protection. So if anybody should take your stuff and you don't get your commission from them selling it, they take it and rip it apart, claim it as their own, then that is a problem. Now, gray area, you have the free use clause. So me, by doing comic book reviews, have you seen this one? Dead of Night. And upcoming, wait for it, The Olympian. This will be my next review, which they are actually getting ready to launch on Kickstarter for Olympian too. So if you like Greek mythology, again, once you have the actual copyright, it's yours. Free use clause allows for content creators like myself and other media to review the book and share information about it. And they don't have to compensate you unless they want to, but it's where like you're allowed to talk about this, you're allowed to share that information for free. So that's a relief, because it would be a shame if these comic book artists said, give me money for reviewing my book. So it's cool, we're good. So yeah, so that is Diary of a Comic Book Creator. We've talked about copywriting, getting robbed, and the do's and don'ts of reading fine print. So it's been nice. And again, Pug and Cat is live on Kickstarter. Check out the comic Pug and Cat live on Kickstarter. Book 1 is out now, and well, not out now, but it's out on Kickstarter. And our wait for it. That was Pug and Cat is on Kickstarter. The campaign is live. We're at 43% last I checked. We're like at 50 by the time this video drops, and then we can get into more comic book reviews are coming. We've got Dead of Night, The Olympian Volume 1. So both of these will be coming up. Kickstarter is amazing, can be tricky. Pug and Cat the webcomic is sure to come out next week. I wanted to do a prequel chapter for that, and I did my draft, I'm doing my planning, I'm doing my rough draft sketching. So weekend's coming, I'll be working. And I'm trying to cut down on my social media usage during the weekend, so you're probably not gonna see me as much on Threads, Instagram, and TikTok. But I might try to do something, pop in real quick, we'll see. And walkies and talkies for my TikTok fam. This is gonna be Monday through Friday. Whew, I should have had a glass of water with this. Last but not least, happy Pi Day, or post Pi Day, because tomorrow is Pi Day. So yeah, but again, a lot of great things are happening here at Camie Cam Comics, and I'm glad and thankful for you being a part of this journey. So stay tuned, stay blessed. I love you always. Bye.